Okay, today we are doing a retouch on this baby, so follow me through. Firstly, you need to duplicate the layer, so you come to filter, come to camera raw. So it has opened. So you come to your shadow. Now my image is dark. You come to your shadow and you increase the shadow. I like bringing down my highlights. I like controlling my whites. Then I give exposure. I brought down my highlight because of my whites. Now I brought down my blacks. This is the basic thing I do. So you see the image is pop. See the before and after, before and after. So let's zoom in. You see some things we need to fix. So I'm using the patch tool. So I believe you guys will know how to find the patch tool. So I'm just picking out the places that have little issues or need to be corrected rather. So this is just what I'm doing. You can follow along. So let's go to our Beauty Retouch. So I'm using Beauty Retouch version 3. There's the latest version now, which is version 5, and that one is very massive. You can check it out. So I'm using my Gaussian blur. So all I need now is to start brushing with my mixer brush. So these are my settings. These are the settings I use. As you can see, 35 on wet, 35 on load, 35 on mix, then 70 on flow. Why I use these settings is because I like to see the effect. So this is very strong, and if you're a beginner, I will not recommend this. I'll recommend you starting from like 25 or 20. Because this is very strong. A little brush, you will see an impact. So except you know what you're doing, I will not recommend you using this 35 or these settings. So, but if you wish to use it, it's still fine. So as you can see, I'm just increasing my brush and decreasing my brush, using the brackets, the square brackets. So you can see your square bracket after the P on your keyboard. After the P, if you are using a QWERTY keyboard, after P you see your square bracket. So that is what I'm using to increase and decrease. So retouch normally takes time, so you have to do it carefully. So I'll show you the before and after. This is the before and after. Can you see? You see why I like using 35? It's very strong, but you will definitely see what you're doing. You understand? It's not for beginners, like I said. It's for people that knows what they are doing. I wouldn't do much. So you see, the knuckle I fixed it, though I have a dedicated video on how to fix knuckle. The video will be coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm blending the knuckle. So now I'll have to do a little patch at the hand here. So you click on the high pass, the one you clip to the other high pass, the first one. That's where you click and you do your adjustments, your correction. So I guess I'm done with the retouch of this picture. So this is the before and the after, before and after. So we've solved almost 70% of this picture. So let's continue. So I like to merge my files. If you know how I work, if you watch my tutorial, you see I like doing merging. So I want to group this. This is also my workflow. I like doing this because mostly when I want to change the background, that's what I do this. So like I said, I want to change the background now. So object select tool. This tool, you don't have to be perfect in tracing it. You just come very close to what you want. Yeah, it has selected. Well, this selection is not perfect, so I'll take up my lasso tool and fix it. Also, another thing about me, I like working from ground to top. That's how I like working. I like working from down to up. So you see, I'm doing my correction now. So to have the negative lasso tool, you just have to hold down alternative, then you get the negative. I just want to select the hair. So, but normally I don't really do all those. I just go straight, but I just want to do it for the benefit of this tutorial. I maxed it. I click OK, max. So you see there are some errors there, but to fix it, just duplicate the image, or you can do Ctrl J. You see it has fixed. So that's an easy fix. So there are some things I need to fix here. So I'll need to merge them. Ctrl E, merge. So let me start fixing some other things. So let's fix this little error here. Let's fix this error. So get our clone brush. So how it works is hold alternative, select where you want to brush from, then that's how it works. So I'll fix that place, you can fix here. Yeah. So you have to be careful because of, you see, there's an error there. So you need to be careful. So let's get our lasso tool. Then let's make a selection. So inside of this selection, you will not fade it. There's no fading. Instead of this selection, we will now do this. Yeah, so that to retain that sharp edge. But if the area you want to work on, it has a soft edge, then you have to do fading. So let's fix this side too. See, I'm adding fading because that place has fading. So that's why, that's what I'm trying to say. So here, Yeah, select, fix. So his belt. Let's fix his belt. So I guess he's cleaned up now. So I brought in the background. So we have to match up the background to the subject, to the baby. So this process can take a while, but just match it to look realistic. So I guess this is good. Let's remove the background because I want to use a different background. So I'm using the magic marks. Yeah. So soft edge, feather of 3. I like using feather of 3. Yeah, you hold down alternative and click to give you these black marks. I just bring in the background I want to use. Now this is a baby and it's a year birthday, so just have to give these baby things. So I guess this is a nice background. We are doing composition here. Just get a sweet spot. So rasterize. I rasterize because I want to add blur. So depending on the kind of system you have, how strong your system is, you might not like working with smart objects, though it's more good, more professional, but it slows down systems. So you need to be cautious of that. So let's get something. So sometimes these things can take your time, but just it's worth it. If you know what you're doing, it's worth it. So you see what I came up with. So just play with these tools and you get something nice. These are tricks. So now let's fix this chair. There are a lot of things going on this chair. So you hold down Command or Control and click on the marks to make this selection. So you come to select, come to contrast. So use your brush tool to fix up the whole mess. You see, it's now clean. Now clean. So this is what we get. It's a very nice one. So let's start our final process. So I need to skin find. That's to smoothen my skin and balance the skin tone. That's what I use skin find for, skin finder. So you can see the skin is more smooth. I use skin tone lights to brighten up the skin tone. Okay, that's what I did for this. But if you see my tutorial where I use skin finder on a lady, I like using medium because I like that smooth skin on ladies. It helps with the sharpness. So, but this, I just decided to go with this one. So, okay. So the before and after. Can you see? So let's adjust the color on the skin. So adding saturation. So I like going +2 +3. Yeah, that's where I normally keep it, +2 +3. So let's merge. Come to your filter. High pass. This is for my sharpness. I like using the 2.0. I like using vivid light. See how sharp it is before and after. So sometimes I duplicate to get more sharpness, depending. Yeah, just like the way they did it in Beauty Retouch. I like doing it that way. So you can see it has more details. Sometimes I also bring down the opacity of the sharpness if it is too much. So let's merge again. So this time I'm going to my camera raw for the final color grading. So here, I want to open up my white a bit. Open up my shadow a bit. So the color grading wheels, this is where the whole magic happens. So I like using blue in my shadows because it tends to give a very good contrast and a pop, very good pop. So then this skin tone, yeah, I'm liking this. If you want to get that increase in that, like this line you're seeing, hold down shift, then you will get that increase, see, before and after. So this is too much. This is too much, but we'll see how we'll blend it. We'll blend everything. That this is too much. So I increase that intensity or exposure at the down. I decrease that of the shadow. So, but this is too much. We are going to blend everything, just like the way you see it on the thumbnail. So blending, I'm using the blending to blend it in. Using the balance to balance it out. Can you see? Can you see what it's doing? Yeah, so, but this is still too much, but don't worry. We'll fix it. So you see the before and the after. I hold down alternative and create this max, inverse max. So now you see I want to blend it now. So we need to change that to white because the max is black. Yeah. So you can see our baby is now coming alive. So I'm also going through the golden chair because, you know, gold needs to pop. So I want to reduce the flow of my brush so that I can paint on his clothes, you know, give that pop. Also on the background to give that pop. Yeah. So if you like this tutorial, follow up my other tutorials. There are a lot of tutorials I'll be putting up in my channel, and already there are a lot of tutorials there. Check out my channel for tips and tricks. So I have tutorials on DaVinci Resolve for those who are video guys, filmmakers. I have tutorial on Capture One, the recent Capture One. I have tutorials coming up for Capture One. I have tutorials for Affinity version 3, the free one now. I have tutorial for them. I have tutorial for Photoshop, just like this, and other tutorials. So if there's any other tutorial you want, you let me know on the comment section. I will do well to give you that tutorial. I also think I might be going into Filmora for the tutorial, so check out. Thank you.